Hi everyone. In this session, we have to discuss about external treatment of water. That means ion exchange process. So, what is meant by external treatment of hot water? So, we are using water in boilers to generate steam. So, to get that steam, that water should be heated in a boilers. So, in this process, lot of chances to form scale and sludge on the surface of the water if that water contains calcium and magnesium ions. That means if that water is hot water, then that scale and sludge will be formed on the surface of the boiler. So, we have to remove that calcium and magnesium ions before feeding into that boiler. So, that process is called as external treatment. If we are if you are treating that water within your boilers, then that is called as internal treatment. If you are treating that water away from that boiler, that is called as external treatment. So, here we have to discuss about external treatment. So, first one is ion exchange or demineralization process. Demineralization means removal of calcium magnesium ions from the water, that is called as a demineralization process. So, in this process almost all the ions, both anions and cations, can be removed. That is the main important things of this process. So, in this process we are using ion exchange resins, that is made up of polymer which is having a long chain cross-linked functional groups. So, these polymers are insoluble in water, and these polymers are having more hydrophobic in nature, and we are using these resins to exchange the ions from water. So, functional groups are there. The functional groups attached with this linear polymer chain are responsible for ion exchange property. So, theory. So, that a principle of separation is exchange of ions between resin and water. That means ions present in that resin is exchanged with the ions present in that water. If that ions are exchanged with negative charged anions, then that is called as anion exchange resins. If that resins are used to exchange positive charged ions, then that is called as a cation exchange resins. Cation means positive, anion means negative. If that resin is used to exchange positive charged ions, means that is called as a cation exchange resins. If that resin is used to exchange negative charged ions with water, then that is called as anion exchange resins. Cationic exchangers can be used to remove calcium and magnesium ions from the hot water, and anionic exchangers can be used to remove chlorides, nitrates, sulfates from that hot water. So, in this process we are removing both cations and anions. We have to discuss about this. So, first one is cationic exchanger. So, this is linear polymers, maybe styrene molecules. So, the cross links are also there. These molecules are having a sulfonic acid group there. So, SO3 minus H plus. So, all these functional group is having positive charged H plus ions. So, these H plus ions can be replaced with the calcium magnesium ions present in that water. That means, if you pour that water, then calcium and magnesium ions are replaced with the H plus ions. So, that calcium ions will come here, SO3 minus calcium 2 plus or magnesium 2 plus. So, these H plus will be replaced by that calcium magnesium present in that water. Sometimes this functional group may be presented as a carboxylic acid group. If that is a carboxylic acid group, then CO minus H plus. Here also that H plus can be used to replace that calcium 2 plus ions from the hot water. So, next one is anion exchanger. So, these anion exchangers are also having a linear polymer chain resins. These resins are having OH minus ions with that functional group. Here functional group is quaternary ammonium salt. So, this quaternary ammonium group contains OH minus ions. That OH minus ions can be exchanged with negative charged anions of water. That is called as anion exchanger. That means these OH minus ions will be gone, and here the chlorides or sulfates will get accommodated. So, that is called as anion exchanger resins. So, what are the basic requirements? So, the basic requirements of resins are it should be chemically stable. It should not react with water. That means it should be insoluble in water. It should be insoluble in most of the common solvents. So, So next it should have high degree of exchange of ions. That means exchange of ions between water and resin should be very quick. That's why that resin should have high degree, high capability to exchange that ions. So it should have denser than water molecule. It should have denser. That means density of that resin should be more or high than water molecule. Then only that will be immersed in that water. Otherwise it may start to float. So that resin should have sufficient number of exchange functional groups. If functional group is very less and most of the ions can be left without treatment. So that number of functional groups should be high to treat all the ions present in that water. This is the procedure. So this is a cationic exchange resin chamber. This is anionic exchange resin chamber. Here first we are taking that hot water. We are allowing that hot water to pass through this cationic exchange resin. So this exchange resin is now reacts with that water. That means exchange of ions between resin and water has been taken place. That calcium and magnesium ions present in that water is exchanged with H plus ions. So H plus ions will be given out and twice calcium 2 plus or R twice magnesium 2 plus will be formed. That means all calcium magnesiums are getting absorbed on the resin. So with that that H plus ions will be coming out. So now water which is coming through this outlet is having a slightly acidic in nature. So that acidic water is now allowed to pass through the anionic exchange resin. So in this anionic exchange resin, that chloride sulfates present in that water is replaced with OH minus ions of that resin. So now water which is coming out through this column is free from both cations as well as anions. So here initially OH plus ions are coming out through this column and here OH minus ions are coming out through this column. Both H plus and OH minus ions react together and they will form water molecule. So this is the important thing. So water which is coming out through here is free from both calcium magnesium and it also free from negative charged anions also, and finally that water which is coming out is called as a demineralized water. That means it is not having any ions. Now regeneration of the resins. After completion of this process we have to clean the resin. That means all the resins are getting saturation with that calcium and magnesium. If all the resins are saturated, then the whole process will be stopped. There is no more H plus ions to be replaced with the calcium or magnesium. So we have to stop the process. So we have to remove that calcium and magnesium ions. So for that what we have to do? We have to wash that cation exchange column with H plus ions. If we wash that H plus ions, then calcium and magnesium will be removed from that resin surface. There the H plus ions are getting accommodated on that surface of the resin. So we are getting RH plus again. So this cation exchange resin is now ready for ion exchange process for second time. Similarly, that anionic exchange resin also saturated with the chlorides, sulfates and bicarbonates. So we have to wash this by sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. So that anions are replaced with OH minus. So we are getting ROH minus. Now this anionic exchange resin are also ready to use. So now that removed sodium chloride or sodium sulfates, calcium plus 2 or magnesium plus 2 has been removed through the outlet. What are the advantages? So advantage is it is having high capacity to remove these cations as well as anions. So it is having high resolving power. So separation conditions are very mild, and we can use to remove both acidic and alkaline. If that water is acidic or alkaline, that is not a matter. We can use that water to purify this acidic and alkaline material also. So the water which is coming out through the outlet is having a very low hardness, or it may not having a hardness. Disadvantage: this equipment is very high cost. So chemicals which are used to regenerate that saturated resin is more expensive, and turbidity sometimes if that water is turbid, then it may reduce the efficiency of this process. So if that water is turbid, then we cannot use this. So all functional group might be hidden by these turbine. So this is the ion exchange process.